Tennessee Titans fans, we are back today checking out a clip from NFL Live, and my guy Terron Davenport was on NFL Live talking about Cam Ward and the Titans. I believe this was yesterday. Shout out to Terron Davenport. Had him on the podcast a few months ago. Had a great time talking to him. It was such a good experience. Terron's a great guy. Glad to see him getting this opportunity to be on ESPN NFL Live, and they're talking about the Titans. So we're going to check out what they had to say. Let's do it.
Shefty here. We also have Titans reporter Terron Davenport. Terron, vibes
What's
always
up, Terron?
good in Nashville. How's his team feel about the guy they...
Vibes are not always good in Nashville. Let's just go ahead and dispute that claim right off the bat. The vibes are not always good in Nashville. They were terrible last year. I don't know if you saw it. The team went 3-14. They were horrible. The vibes were not good. But let me tell you what is good, and that is Terron's fit. Look at this dude. Look at the kicks. Look at the bow tie. I mean, the one thing about Terron, he's always going to look fresh. He's always going to look fresh.
Pick first overall.
I would say this, they really love him. And you look at the confidence that he has. You ask any athlete, they'll tell you confidence comes from preparation. Here's an example of the preparation that Cam Ward puts in. He has a group of rookie receivers and the tight end. They come in at 5 a.m. before some of the coaches, and they watch film. They go over the itinerary of what they're going to do later that day. And it's already helping some of the rookie receivers like Alec Iomanner just be able to play faster and know what he's.
Shout out Alec Iomanner. Shout out to him. Thank you, Terron, for giving Alec the shout out there, because a lot of people, fourth rounder, they may not be as familiar. So regarding the leadership of Cam Ward, I will say, I mean, it's great to see. The team needs leadership. The team needs direction. The team needs some character and some personality. I'm not going to just hang my hat on that. Obviously, it's got to follow up on the field. You got to play well on the field, or else showing up at 5 a.m. every day just looks like something that nobody really cares about, because if you can't follow it up on the field, none of that matters. However, oh, my battery's running low. I better hurry. However, I do like to see that. I do like to see that he's doing that, and that's a good start. Good start for Cam Ward.
About to do.
Listen, they love this guy, as Terron has mentioned, and they haven't named
They sound like they're talking
the
about
official
a
starting
third
quarterback
rounder.
yet, but I
He's
think
the
at this
first
point, it
overall
would be a
pick.
huge shock if opening day rolled around and Cam Ward, the number one overall pick, were not in the starting lineup. The way he's looked, with how they feel about him.
I don't even think anybody else is really even disputing that at this point. I mean, the idea of, they haven't even explicitly said whether he's going to be the starting quarterback or not. I mean, come on. Like, people took that and ran with it, and I get it. It's summer and you want something to talk about, but come on.
It would be hard to imagine that he doesn't start the season early on, even though they've declined to name him the starter so far.
Yeah, you give him Warren Moon's number. I think that's tipping
Yeah,
the hand.
you don't do
we
that
know
if you're going to
Callahan
start
spent time
Tim
with Joe
Boyle.
Burrow as a rookie, and any experience or anything he said there about bringing up that Pro Bowl rookie with this one?
That's a great point. And you look at what Brian Callahan is looking to do. He's trying to make this kind of like Miami, Washington State, and Incarnate Word Part 2. And what I mean by that, he's trying to install concepts that are very similar to what Ward did in college. And one of the things...
It is different than Vrabel, who was like, we need you to adapt to our system. Callahan pretty much saying, we're going to adapt our system to you. A part of me likes having Cam Ward mentioned in the same sentence as Joe Burrow, but you know how I feel. I also am kind of like, let's be careful. Let's be careful before we just start comparing this rookie to some of the best quarterbacks in the league.
Things that Ward went to Callahan about was having them put in what's called switch verts, which is 4 vertical routes. The outside receiver and inside receiver, they crisscross, and it kind of forces a defense to get into man coverage, and that will, when you believe your guys could beat theirs, that will put a nice advantage.
And here's the thing. It's not going to take much to improve QB play for the Titans year over year between Will Levis, Mason Rudolph, and hell, an incomplete pass by Tyler Boyd. The team's QBR last season was 37, only ahead of the Browns. The Giants, meanwhile...
I mean, my guy's throwing some shade right there. My guy's throwing some shade. And Terron was like, hey, man, come on now. Come on, easy. Will Levis was bad. It's well established. There's no need to talk about it anymore. Mason Rudolph, not much better. I like what I'm hearing about Cam Ward. I like what I'm hearing about his leadership, the 5 a.m. stuff. But I also like that he feels like he has that clear line of communication with Brian Callahan to ask him to install stuff, to ask him to put some stuff in that he's familiar with. I'm glad that Callahan is taking him up on that offer and not just saying, no, you learn our system. I like that they're putting stuff in that Cam's familiar with, that he knows, and that they're listening to him and taking his suggestions and doing everything they can to meet their new quarterback where he is. Like I said, I don't think there's any doubt in my mind that he is going to be the starting quarterback from the start of the season. I don't think there's any need to even discuss that any further. It's good to see Terron on NFL Live doing his thing. Terron, like I said, great guy. If you haven't listened to the podcast episode I did, a lot of the stuff we talked about is out of date now because we talked about the draft and leading up to the draft and what the Titans were going to do. They've already done it now. So, but still, it was a great time having Terron on. Good to see him with Shefty here on NFL Live. And the season is right around the corner, baby. Training camp's coming, preseason's coming, and then you know what's after that. Cam Ward, let's go. Tighten up.